Hello YouTube, welcome. This is That's Not Ketchup, and this is my new channel, AirMech Madness. My previous channel was Gome TV, if you want to check that out. Covered Gardens of Middle Earth. It's a MOBA for the PlayStation, PC, and the Xbox. But now I'll be doing this game. Just came out about a week ago. It's free to download on the Xbox Live dashboard. It's really fun. It's an RTS with some MOBA elements to it. I mean, you kind of have this starting spawn. I'd almost call it a nexus, and it spawns creep waves just like in a MOBA, and they rush through lanes, but it's an RTS mostly. You build units, try to push up on your enemy. It's very interesting. Very fast-paced game, which I really like. Even a 10-minute match feels like it's been a long time, so that's always really cool. And had a lot of fun. It's a pretty difficult game to pick up at first. I say you got to give it a couple tries, try to play with some people, watch some videos, try to kind of get an idea of how to play this game. Know that when I first downloaded it, I really had no idea what was going on. I kind of just knew, you know, playing RTSs that you had to really just build units and just try to counter your enemy and just work on an effective strategy. But it's really fun once you start to learn it. It can be really rewarding, and the nice thing about it is it goes from single player up until 3 people on a team, so you can get 3-on-3 matches, 1v1 matches, 2v2 matches. It's a lot of fun. So your main kind of character unit is kind of like these aerial transformers. They're pretty cool. So when they go on the ground, they shoot these machine guns, and when they fly up in the air, they also can shoot air units, but there are no actual air units in the game, just AirMechs themselves. So it's kind of interesting. It's more focused around ground rushing. Playing the Paladin right now. He's the big helicopter, and I really like him. What's nice about him, he's got higher unit capacity, so it can carry more troops. There's pros and cons for each AirMech. The Paladin, that's one of his. He also has these buffs, which are nice. He can increase movement speed, increase damage around him, or he can increase defense around him with 3 different auras. So usually you just want to specialize in one, and then when you land on the ground, your units will reap the benefit from your buffs. So you kind of want to focus on one so that you can level it up as high as you can while still being able to build effective units. So the Paladin is overall just a really good support AirMech, and I really like using turrets and tanks with him. He's got a nice carry capacity, allows you to kind of drop behind the enemy lines, drop a bunch of units, which is really nice. What I really like about this game is how that you not only just build units, but you fight alongside them. That's what really makes this a lot of fun and very engaging. You don't have to just hover over, watch your units get destroyed, or just push them up. You're really part of that fight, and your AirMech itself can really turn the tide of the battle wherever he's at. One of the tricks, though, is being able to build units while you're actually fighting up in the front lines. It is kind of tricky, but once you kind of get a hang of that, you don't even have to really think about it, because you pretty much know what you want to build, you know where it's at, and you can just select it and then go back to the battle that you're currently in. And when you go back and you heal at these little outposts, I call them, you can also pick up more units. So it's always a good idea to just keep building units, even when you're just fighting, because then they'll be ready. And then when you rush back to where your units were fighting, you'll be able to drop even more units. So it's a lot of fun. You can see here how I'm fighting my units. I like building turrets. I do like to build the tanks. I'm really big into that. But I just kind of have fun with turrets here. What I like about these turrets is that it has anti-air, so if any enemy AirMechs come near me, it'll do some extra damage to them when they either try to come near me, when they fly over, and when they try to get away, which a lot of times you end up getting the kill. So you can see here, you need troops to occupy these outposts, and you can see the little circles on the ground. That's where you want to plug in your turrets, but you do need about 4 soldiers to get these outposts. And so you want to make sure in the beginning that you're also building these soldiers, because then you can pick them up, drop them right off, and try to get those early game outpost captures. And you really want to focus on these outposts. You can see here we have control of the middle one. It's right here, the one I'm over right now. It's really vital for this map. There's also kind of secondary ones that are equally as important. You really need to capture these, and the reason is because whenever you're low on health or you need to grab units, it's very ineffective to go all the way back to your spawn. It's not where the fighting takes place. It's usually out in the middle, unless you're turtling up, which doesn't do you a whole lot of good. You really want to try to keep getting these outposts though, so you can keep pushing from outpost to the next outpost to the next outpost, because it'll decrease the time for your AirMech to get there. Allows you to also push up, fortify units so that they get even closer to the enemy base, so that when you finally decide to make your game-ending push, or just continue harassing them from close up, they won't be able to really stop you, and they won't be able to try to take over your base so much. So you can see here I'm kind of building up this next outpost further up. It's just the next thing I need to do before we go over to the enemy base, and kind of strategically placing some units here. And you can see all those anti-air missiles. It's really great way to stop any AirMechs. One of the things I don't like is all the anti-air really kind of just turns the game into a stalemate. There's no air units to worry about, like I said, but you just flying over those, they're going to almost instantly kill you if your enemy has enough of them lined up around his base. Like you can see right there how fast that enemy just got torn to shreds by our anti-air. Same goes. And if you have the HAATs, the hats, those will shoot you down very quick. There's no delay with the rockets like you saw the enemy get shot down with. So you can see here, building up these bigger tanks. We're going to eventually make a push here, and pretty much we're just counting on being able to destroy our enemy units, and then once we are ready, we're just going to push up and just try to overwhelm them. Pretty much a basic RTS strategy. There's always obviously counters for everything, but this is probably the most fun one for me. I like it. I really like doing a paladin because of those attack buffs, so you rush in there with a bunch of stronger tanks. You can either use your defensive buff, make them even stronger, or you can just increase the strength and damage of their heavy guns that do a lot of damage to the enemy base. As you can see here, we also kind of have a big level advantage over their AirMech, so we're able to just tear them apart really quick. And now that he's dead, really opens up. All they have are these turrets, and you can see there, you're also able to outrun those rockets. There's ones that do more instant damage, but it does less damage. Obviously, there's always trade-offs. That's really a lot of how these units work in this game. See here, I'm moving a healing robot. It's gonna make sure that my bigger tanks stay alive for longer. Really a necessity, but looks like I figured it out already. When you're shooting these bases, one thing you want to do is always shoot the corners to kill the units that are inside them. See, he dropped off the same tank. No way one of those is going to take on the 5 or 6 that we have here. So you can see right now we're just pushing it up on the enemy base. Pretty soon they won't be able to stop us, and I'm now building more healing bots. None of us can heal on our team, so these units are a necessity. You definitely need these units. Always have healers. You can have big tanks to keep them alive a lot longer. And you definitely don't want them dying because they cost a lot of money to build, and it really sets you back when somebody kills them. So you can see here the game is going to be over very shortly. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll have a bunch more videos up soon, and hope you really enjoy these. I'll definitely do a lot more. I'll do more explaining, in-depth type of things. I just wanted to do some gameplay videos, so that's really just what this is. So thanks for watching.